evening, my little crones, my little chickens, and my little munchkin. Well, you know, we haven't had hot buttons, nor have we had really any hot topics going on. But now we do. We have quite a few things that's going on in the world around us and with pop culture. So I got a few things we're going to get on with. The first thing I want to say that, as you know, that this is the beginning of hurricane season. So just know that. That's on, I don't know if you want to call that a heavy note or a light note. I don't know what we're going to call it. But we're just going to say, I don't know if I lived in a hurricane place, that wouldn't be a good thing. So that's just a little heavy. So I'm going to go a little more heavier for you. This is very, very heavy. Master P's daughter died on May the 30th, 2 days ago, over an overdose. They said that she was 29 years old, and they said they didn't find anything there. I don't know if they found any paraphernalia, but I don't think they found any kind of substance there. You might say, well, who is Master P? Well, Master P was a rapper back in the 90s. And not only that, he is the CEO, the founder of a record company. What is it? Limited? Something. I had it, but I didn't write it. So he was, do you have it?
No Limit Records.
Oh, No Limit Records. So that's who he was. I am sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if he had. I know. What's his son? Lil Bow Wow. I think it was his son, Lil Bow Wow. I can't remember, but he's a pretty renowned actor and rapper and singer.
He has 5 sons.
Is Lil Bow Wow there?
No.
With his hands folded like that?
Mm-mm.
Let me see. That's Lil Bow Wow. Romeo. Oh, I don't know if his name was Lil Bow Wow. See if Romeo was Bow Wow. But I know either way, you know, I get these all mixed up, so. Because they old, you know, they've been out there for a while, back in the 90s and stuff. You know, I think that he went with Lil Romeo, went with Erica, and they had a tumultuous relationship. I mean, he's been around, you know. I think he seemed like he's a little troubled person, but he's an actor, and he's out there doing what he can do, and his father's Master P. So I hope that you know, I help you to understand more of who he is. Do you know who he is now?
Yes,
do you understand?
I
do. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's who he is. So even if so it's not Lil Bow Wow.
No.
His name's Lil Romeo.
Yeah.
I got it. I don't know why. Like, they all look the same to me from that same era. But anyway, no pun intended. So anyway, that's going on. So anyway, prayers going up for Master P and his family, truly one more time, because I know that it is a hard time. And I think that she was on his show, and if I'm not mistaken, he had 5 boys and 1 girl. And I think her name is Tytyana, Tytyana, something like that, but she's 29 years old, very attractive woman, young woman, and just tragic. And I don't know if she had problems with substance in her past, but it is just tragic, and I am so sorry, and I send my condolences out for Master P, Romeo, and family. God knows, prayers going out to you. Now, on another note, we're talking about my daughter feel like this story is worthy, excuse me. So my daughter feels like this story is worthy, so I'm going to give it some play. Okay, she feels like King Harris, T.I.'s son, when viral videos go off on chef for pickles on a sandwich. So why did that annoy you so?
Because
Speaking of.
I know. It's because it's just the fact that you're at a fast food restaurant and you could be buying something else way better, but here you are going off on having pickles on a sandwich.
Well, rich people have rich people problems too. I mean, would it have been different if he wasn't T.I.'s son? And he was just somebody coming in and just agitated because you got pickles with... Should we expect the rich or famous to act a certain way? Should we? Just something to make you go,
They're people too.
they're people. He's 17, and there are times I do agree with T.I., and then there are times I don't. But this is one of the times, this is what I got to say about it, and I agree with T.I., and that is, he's 17 years old. He's exceptionally intelligent, smart, always been that way. And instead of you want to blast that he graduated with honors, no, you rather blast that. So quick to jump on the negative. Now I know a lot of people may disagree, but you always know on this station, I believe in love. I do. I believe that true love conquers all things. Love conquers fear, doubt, heartache, sickness. I believe that. But we would have to all be one. And a kumbaya, I believe that. Well, anyway, on with that. He's 17 years old. Yeah, he was really being obnoxious. He really was. And he could have chilled and, flashing his money. But that's what those young boys do. That's just their generation. But whoever was in the background didn't know service. You don't sit there and argue with the patron. How tacky is that? And where was the manager? The thing that gets me about this, since my daughter wants to talk about it, is he went back and asked for his food. No way, no how, at any time would I have eaten that. Because they probably could have spat in it. No. Okay.
Go.
So that's what I feel about King. So it's unfortunate, but there you have people just being people. Here's another story, and this is Dave Chappelle attacker. He was doing this for attention because he wanted to be a rapper. But what I don't like is that he really used the Will Smith thing, or his lawyer encouraged him to do it. Just the fact that you did it, understanding the hell that Will Smith went through and still going through, you found it in your nature to do it, you need to be fined. Matter of fact, you need to go to jail for like 3 days. To think about this act. If you're going to follow Will, then follow right. Do it the right way, if this is what you're going to do. Because trust me, Will haven't been laughing since the day he did this. Not really. Not really. I don't think his soul is ha ha ha. I'm sure he laughed. But you can't laugh like that because that man's heart has been broken. And still, Jada out there posting. Whew. But I love you, Jada. So anyway, so that's my thing about King. Like I said, I was on Dave Chappelle. So yeah, about his attacker. I don't know much about him. What his name was, Chris? Chris. What was he? Was he rich or something? Did he have money? Was it something about him? Or is he just... No, I think this is what it was. Yeah, he was the one that says, I'm not sick. Isn't he the one who says, I take my medicine.
Right, that he doesn't have a mental disorder because he was being treated for bipolar depression, but he was on his medicine, so therefore he didn't have the disorder.
Yeah. Isn't that the same character that tried to kill his roommate?
Yes.
Okay. Do, 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 do. Anyway, so we have that. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Another thing, as we go on to, this is really more of a lighter news, and especially if you go back and look at my thing about Nick Cannon. I called it. I told you the man do not want to be married. He's not the marrying kind. Doesn't mean he'll never get married. He like his space. And about the fact that he's having all these children. How do they get along? My question is, how don't you think the kids might feel embarrassed?
He did say in an interview, though, that, because somebody asked him that in an interview, I forgot who it was.
Ask him what?
The same question, do the wives get along?
Okay.
And Nick Cannon said,
they don't care about that.
Right, they get along with me.
That's true.
So.
But I'm just saying, it just seems black men out here are doing some weird things. I don't know. They doing some weird, outlandish things that make you go, what's wrong with you? I don't know. But he is talking about getting a vasectomy. He'll be doing the world a favor. It would be wonderful if you were getting married and you wanted to do this with your wife. Not all people believe in marriage. I'm not saying that. But when you done have, 8 kids, 10 kids by different women, what are you proving? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Sometimes it makes sense, and then other times it just doesn't make any sense. So, but these are the hot topics. So, about Will. So here is another hot topic. Of course, my girl Chloe, they're married, and they have been trying even before they got married to have babies. Travis, her husband Travis Baker, he wants to have a baby. They want to have a baby. They're such an adorable couple. They want to have a baby. She's suffering with fertility. And this is what I'm saying to people, sidebar. When you wait old, sometimes you can run into complications. I really do want them to have a child. I really do, because I just think that a baby should. But you know what? All at the same time, if it was meant for them, it will be. I believe that. I believe things are destined. So if it's meant to be, they will be. Be it adopted, be it whatever way. If it was meant for them to have it or whatever, it will be. And for such a couple that sow seeds of love and passion in the world, the lilies and the flowers and the roses are sprinkling out incense, a blessing, because you're showing your love to the world, to those that are lonely, to those that are brokenhearted. You're showing it's hope, especially you, Chloe, because you just stayed under radar. Kourtney, sorry. Especially you, Kourtney, because you stayed under the radar. You may have flirted around, but you didn't have anybody serious in your life. And you know what? I commend you for that. So I really, really want you and Travis to make it. And may the skies open up and impregnate you with the child of your dreams, the both of your dreams. However, they had this doctor, this fertility doctor that they see, and he told them to drink sperm for four times a week. And I know that it sounds gross and obnoxious, but this happened to be a very ancient thing, and it's from the Ethro people, right? and it's used for a rite of passage. But it's supposed to be something that's potent or something inside of it to drink it to maybe help you become fertile. I mean, the smell alone, to each his own. To each its own. Because you gotta really, really want a baby, in my opinion. So what was I saying about Kourtney? But they did their little interview about it, and it's wonderful, and they're willing to try things and do things, and I just wish them the best. I really, really do. Now, did I say anything about the U.S.? Okay. Oh, so last and not least, I say this because, no, I have a story. This is next to my hot topic story. This is a hot topic. This is one of them red buttons. Mon'ique and DL Hughley. Okay? Now, my thing with Mon'ique and DL Hughley, first of all, she's from Maryland, so she's a Baltimore girl. She was raised in Baltimore near St. Agnes Hospital, which I know ever so well where my sister was just recently. So Mon'ique was known in Baltimore. The thing that I don't understand is, you all know how Mon'ique is. What I love about Mon'ique, at least she true. And what I don't understand why Kim Whitfield, I hope that's her name, and not being rude, Kim and Linnell, why are you coming out against Mon'ique? I mean, she's standing up. Why she's got to be egocentric and all of these names? Why is it that you all feel as though you got to support DL Hughley? What if the role was reversed? And what if it was reversed? And what if it was your name and somebody played that woman's sexist thing on you? Because that's what it is. Now she's already coming out from bondage. And so because she came out from bondage, you think that y'all could just say, oh, that's her? No, that isn't her. That's her standing up for herself. And because you think that you all called her blackbarred or whatever, I saw her still doing movies. She's still eating. She's still making videos. So blackballed or blackballed. Oh, blackball. What was I saying?
Black bar.
Blackball. Blackball. That's sad. She's a great actress. Great. Honestly. What an entertainer. Do I think she have a filthy mouth? Yes. When she told Oprah Winfrey, who is DL Hughley? That's cold. And you know what? I think she have a right. And she showed her contract, and it was signed. Where was his? Sometimes I just think and I get this thing, I don't know what's this moral horse going. I love you all, but this is just my opinion. We get on this moral horse about we don't think somebody should do this. When is it a good time to stand up for what you believe? When is it a good time? My question is, I've been trying to find out who went on first. Did Mon'ique go on last? Because if I was DL Hughley, I wouldn't have wanted to go on after that. No how. Oh, but she roasted him. Yeah, I feel as though she proved her case. And I like you, Nanelle. Linnell, and I like Kim, but you know, Kim seem a little bit mean these days, or even Kim Whitfield, I think that's her name, I'm not sure, but Kim, light-skinned Kim, you know Kim, not Kim Kardashian, the one that Sherry Shepherd, they do the red plate.
Oh, okay.
Their little thing, which I enjoy watching. I just don't know. I don't think we should jump on the bandwagon of taking down other females because they choose to stand up for themselves. That's just Mon'ique. And she's just being true to who she is. Was it over the top? What isn't about Mon'ique over the top? That's Mon'ique. You know? I seen Linnell. And she's just like she is on the TV, is how she is sitting on the stage. I saw her with Cat Williams. We saw her. Same thing with looking like a glitter ball. But that's her. That's her. I expect her to be her. You understand what I'm saying? I expect them to be. I don't expect them to be anybody else. And for you to dog Mon'ique, Mon'ique, because Mon'ique is being Mon'ique, not cool. And to just try to keep her blackball, get up off her neck. Y'all don't have no heaven or hell to put her in. And if you don't have something positive to say, don't say anything at all. Let them work it out. Because had it been me, I would have spoke up too. Maybe I wouldn't have done it in the way Mon'ique, but that's Mon'ique fashion. But this is my commentating. This is me commentating. I'm in my room. I'm in my own world of belief. And here I can say whatever I want to say. It is not for me to hurt you. I'm just defending Mon'ique. Baltimore. Hooah! Did y'all like that? So anyway, now this is the last of it. Oh, and lastly about DL Hughley. What makes me so mad about DL Hughley is he always talking about somebody. He was just dogging out Kanye and defending Kim. And then he says, it's wrong. What's he? He's like into everything. He a little chatterbox. Yeah, chatterbox. And back to this last. If I was on the backstage or I heard if she go on, I ain't going on after her. If I heard that, I would be offended too. You know, I'm just trying to be cool. Contracts been signed. Everything on the up and up. But now you're going to put an addendum that I don't know about. And now things are changed. And child, stop. Everybody and their mama done explained that contract. The two contracts, allegedly. So, what I'm saying, again, I stand for Mon'ique. Because I feel as though she wouldn't have did that if she didn't feel that she was in her right. And she's letting it know to anybody. Don't come for me. I won't come for you. And you can't be mad about that. I wish I had a little guts to stand up to people. I'm a chicken. But I can certainly tell you all behind your back though. Well, anyway. So my top story today, again, come from Larry Reid. But it really doesn't come from Larry Reid, really, because this story has been out there. But for whatever reason, Tasha K called Larry Reid, contact Larry Reid about John Gray was, what's that word, sister?
Sexual.
Sexual with women from the church. Not one, not two, not three, allegedly many. Larry Reid says, quoting Larry Reid, that he's worried about John Gray and that he doesn't know if John Gray going to end up like Tim. Remember Tim, the other pastor? Well, end up no longer available to us. And he feels as though that if John Gray were to tell his story, it may not take him off the hook, but it would certainly open up for people to have a better understanding to what's going on. However, Larry Reid said that when they were on the phone talking, Tasha K, him, or whatever, if I got the story right, and allegedly Gray said something wrong, Tasha got offended, said some unkind things, and blasted them to social media. What do the old crones say? You gotta know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money while sitting at the table. There be time enough for counting. When the deal is done, he need to go and sit his big ass down. Go get help. Let me say it again. Go get help. I have no words for you. You are whoremonger. A person know when they're sick. Why you do the things you do. This is why I have a problem with the word man or woman of God. I don't know about you, but for me, if I were to place a belief in God, he would have to be, or it couldn't even be a he, because a he would be so limiting. It would have to be an entity. Neither male nor female. And it would have to be infallible. And it would have to be full of love, mercy, grace, and above all, truth. But every time I hear a man of God, I hear Creflo Dollar, John Gray, T.D. Jakes. I mean, the list go on and on and on and on. And what about the other guy that died? The church in Texas. I mean, not Texas. As good as I know his name.
Was it Tim?
No, not Tim. Tim was another tragic story. This one is a tragic story. The one that was in Georgia. I can't think of his name. He died of cancer, I believe. I remember there were people thought that he died of the bug. And that he was a molester of men, of young men in his church. I cannot think of his name. He has been gone a while. A dynamic preacher. Why do they always have to be so dynamic, so full of the word? I mean, I heard another story that had to do with another pastor that has died. I can't even remember his Reverend Rice, Minister Rice, his son. My God, when do these things stop? And when do we stop calling them men and women of God? They're just men, fallible, subject to error, We need to start looking at church and the man and the woman of God differently and stop putting so much high expectations on it. This is crazy. Well, anyway, you know, I had to go off a little bit on it. You know, of course, this is hot buttons. So to know that the last time that John Gray did this, he bought his wife a fancy car. Now this is in the church. My question is this. I understand John Gray, and I understand him putting that in the church. But you tell me, you women, why would you sleep with him? Why? What was in it for you? If you hear the scratching around, my little toy poodles are, one is on the chair and one is walking around. So anyway, so this was me giving my hot buttons and what's going on in the world around us with pop culture. I want to come back because I definitely want to do a Khloe Kardashian reading. I must do it. But this was your hot buttons. There was a lot going on. Also, keep Ukraine in your prayers. Keep America in your prayers that we don't go to war. You see? So there's a lot going on. And prices of gas is still going high. And food is going high. So there's a lot going on. Stay vigilant. I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Ciao. Hello, everyone. I figured I'll come outside. I figured it would be a nice day, so I figured that I will come outside and tell the verdict of Amber, what's her name?
Heard.
Heard and Johnny Depp. Well, the verdict is in. It's been in about, an hour or so ago, and the verdict is Johnny Depp won $15 million, Amber Heard won $2 million. My question is, do Amber Heard have that kind of money? I don't know, but I had to come and tell you. I figured I'd just come sit on my deck and just chill for a moment, give you a little piece of the sun. Spring is in the air. Well, spring is leaving. Summer's here. And it makes me feel so good to know that that story is finally over. What's going to be the next story? I'd like to know. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me. My little crones and my little chickens. And most of all, my little munchkins. Ciao. Mwah.